What's up guys, SuperSaf here, and this is Precious, my Tesla Model 3 Performance. Made a video about this a few months ago, and in that video I did mention that I was going to get this customized, but things didn't go exactly to plan. We were in lockdown. Things have started to ease now, so it's time to customize this SuperSaf style. Now it's currently in the midnight silver metallic color, which is really more of a gray. And although it looks great, of course, SuperSaf style is all black everything. So to get it customized, I've come to Bradford to see a friend of mine who is an expert in customizing vehicles. Hi guys, I'm here with Nav, international car customizer. Good to see you, bro.
Good to see you, SuperSaf.
So, have you customized any Teslas before?
I've done a lot of Teslas, but I've got to be honest, I've never customized a Model 3 Tesla.
So it's going to be the first. I don't trust many people with my Precious, but I trust you, Nav, so
it's a privilege, sir. Nice, I like this. Okay, well leave it with me. Let me do my magic.
Take it easy, man. Nice one. Guys, here she is, Precious, looking absolutely slick. Nav, thanks, man.
Thank you very much, Sav. Thank you for trusting me and bringing the car to me.
Dude, I'm so happy with the job. Now, you advised Satin over matte. I was going to go with matte black everything, but Nav advised Satin. Tell us a bit about why that is.
Well, I said don't go for matte because matte obviously is you can easily scratch it if you're leaning against the car. You can leave marks on there, and plus obviously to keep it clean and maintain it is a little bit more hard work. But Satin is more popular colour, it's more modern and advanced, and obviously it's easily cleanable compared to the matte as well. Plus, it definitely suits your image stuff.
It does for sure. And you also de-chromed everything, which I know is a lot of work.
That was a lot of work. Attention to detail, very patient, but thanks to Dean, my colleague, that obviously did all of that as well. So we de-chromed all the trims around the doors, the door mirrors, the door handles, all the branding, all the Tesla badges as well. We just obviously painted them gloss black and did all the wrapping as well. So the nice contrast, gloss black and satin, you can never go wrong.
Bro, that combination is so me. Now with the wheels, we were talking about potentially getting them painted as well.
I said gloss black, but you said...
But right now, I think it goes really well with...
Obviously we're in two minds of this car. I did continuously ring you, because I do a lot of car customizations, obviously quite heavily modified cars. So I did say to you, put the carbon front lip on, put this on.
He had a lot of ideas.
Lamborghini doors on, but you're like, now keep it subtle, simple, just like my image. And I'm glad to listen to you. Yeah. That's what I should do anyway, because I do crazy things. So we left it simple, subtle, and obviously we did say about the wheel, we were in two minds about painting the wheels. Yeah. Obviously the factory finish of them is just phenomenal, and we didn't want to touch them, plus you haven't curved them yet. And when you do, maybe we could potentially change the colour.
We'll look at a version 2 of the customization. Now if you guys want to see behind the scenes of how this was customized and wrapped, as well as lots more very extravagant customizations, then check out the video. I'm going to link it down in the description below. It'll also be linked in the cards, and you can also follow Nav on NCards on Instagram. That's also going to be linked down below. Nav, do really appreciate it, man.
Thank you very much, Saf.
Can't wait to do the Cybertruck next.
Oh, looking forward to that one. That's a big project.
Now let's take it out for a spin. Guys, I've had the wrap for a few days now and I am super pleased with it. I think it looks so sleek. It's definitely got the Dark Knight Batmobile vibes, and every time I'm driving I notice people kind of taking a closer look at it because it looks so good. Very happy with it. Now in this section of the video, I wanted to answer some questions which I know I'll be getting in the comments, but also talk a little bit about some of the personal customizations that I've done to my Model 3 over the last few months that I've had it. So the first question I'm sure a lot of people are going to be asking is, why didn't I just go for the black from Tesla right away? Well, there's a few reasons for that. Firstly, I'm not a huge fan of glossy black, especially when it comes to a car. I think it's very generic on a car, very common. So I wasn't too keen on going for just the standard black. Also, Tesla are not known for providing the best paint jobs, which you may have heard. And from the research that I did, the black actually only has a single coat. The Midnight Silver Metallic that I've got does have an additional metallic coating, which is obviously better. And a follow-up question I'm sure a lot of people are going to be asking is then why did I spend the extra money on the Midnight Silver Metallic instead of going for the white, which is the default option? And the white, as you may know, is a multi-coat. Well, I'm not a fan of white either, and it's not something that I really wanted for a car. But also, I knew I was going to get the car wrapped in a darker color. So for me, having the white wouldn't have really worked, because the way a wrap works is if you do have a different base color, then things like the door shuts and everything, you'd also have to get wrapped. So when you open the door and it's a different color, it would look very odd. Now, getting the door shuts wrapped is a very niggly and expensive. It's a very long process, because to do it professionally, you'd also have to remove the doors and things like that, which I really wasn't keen on doing for a brand new car. It would have also meant that I would have had to keep the white for some time. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to go with the Midnight Silver Metallic. Finally, having the Midnight Silver Metallic also gave me a bit of a different look, right? So for the past few months, I've really been able to enjoy the color, which has been really nice. I really like the Midnight Silver Metallic color. Now with the Satin Black, it actually gives it a really nice contrast. It almost feels like I have a brand new car. So yeah, those are all those reasons. Very happy with the Satin Black. A few people might be thinking matte black. Now, as Nav mentioned earlier on, Satin Black is just better for a car in general. I did lots of research, asked lots of friends, obviously the expert Nav, and the Satin Black just is not gonna get damaged as easily. The matte black does come across a little bit grey and a little bit chalky. The Satin Black definitely has a nice sheen to it, and I'm very, very happy with the Satin Black. Right, so that's all about the exterior customization. Now let me talk to you a little bit about a few of the little things that I've done inside and the interior, just a few little customizations. So the first thing is the center console is glossy black, and as mentioned earlier on, I'm not a huge fan of glossy black. So one of the first things I wanted to do was just get that wrap. The glossy black attracts a lot of fingerprints, a lot of dust and dirt. So I was looking at just, you know, getting some cheap wraps on here and doing it myself, and honestly speaking, everything that I was looking at just had bad reviews. And then I spoke to a friend of mine, Olia from Ultralinks. He's also got a Model 3 and done lots of coverage. I'll link him down below. And he suggested getting these pieces that you can get, which are actually cut to size, and they are already pre-wrapped. So then you can just stick them on. It takes literally a couple of minutes. You don't have to be a wrap expert. So for the center console, I got the matte black, and I think it looks so much better. I actually got mine from Talk Alliance, who did provide a few of the bits that I've done in here, which we'll talk through. Now, while we're on the center console, when you open the center console, generally it's just kind of like a big hole, which is not very usable on the Tesla Model 3. So I actually got a little bit of an organizer from Talk Alliance as well. This is really nice. It just gives me some nice space for my sunglasses, for any other little bits, my keys and things like that, that I can just drop in there rather than just having a little bit of a pit that's just there by default. Now, moving up from the console, the Tesla Model 3 does not come with wireless charging, which is kind of weird. I think the Model Y does now, but Model 3 doesn't anyway. So I went ahead and got the Nomad wireless charger, and this works really well. I'm very happy with it. Why didn't I go with the official version from Tesla? Well, that I think has around 5 watts of charging, whereas the Nomad charger is faster at around 7.5 watts. So it's been working absolutely fine. Now, do bear in mind that some smartphones, now that they're getting super big, like the Note 20 Ultra, may not fit with a case. So, you know, I kind of have to push that in. It does eventually fit, but initially I was like, okay, this is not going to fit the charger. It does fit. And having that wireless charger is so convenient. You can just drop your phones in there. And it also makes it less distracting because it's already connected to the Model 3. You're not even like slightly distracted to the phone because it's kind of tucked away inside the wireless charger. So that's something that I would also recommend. Now for the screen is a fingerprint magnet completely. So another thing that I got was a tempered glass matte screen protector from Talk Alliance. This is really nice. It doesn't attract as many fingerprints, and it's also quite good when you are in a very bright sunny day. It doesn't reflect as much as the glossy does, so it makes things a lot more viewable. I really like it, something I would definitely also recommend. The final thing that I've done in the car was change the mats. So the Model 3 Standard does not come with any mats. The Model 3 Performance does come with some carpet mats. I'm not a fan of carpet mats. They get dirty very easily. They are very, very difficult to clean. Now, having the rubber mats, these are also from Talk Alliance. They are actually cut exactly to the size of the Model 3, so they fit in perfectly. They kind of go around the edges as well, which means that when you do get a lot of dust and dirt, it's not going to be getting on to your car. You can just take the mats out, you know, give them a bit of a shake, give them a wash, and then bring them back in. So these are also something that I would definitely recommend. I also got the same rubber mats from Talk Alliance for the trunk as well as the front, just to kind of keep everything clean and tidy. And again, just the maintenance is so much easier with rubber mats rather than having carpet mats. Now, all of the products that I've mentioned are all going to be linked down below, so if you want to pick some up yourself or just kind of have a look at a few options, you can go ahead and do that. And obviously I've had the Model 3 for a good few months now. I think it's been like 7 or 8 months, so I am going to be working on my long-term review now that I've got it wrapped, and talking about my experience, how it's been driving this, how the transition has been from going on to was diesel. I was going to say petrol, but I had a diesel car, on to electric, you know, range anxiety, how I go about charging things, what I like about the Model 3, what I don't like, what I think can be improved. All of these things I'm going to be covering in my longer term review. If you want to see that, then be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon. If there's anything that you'd like me to cover in that video, then do drop that down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then do hit that thumbs up button for me. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV, and I'll see you next time.